Hey guys, Flex Wendel here with Shamrock Fitness at the 2024 Mr. Olympia. I'm here with Tyler Johnson. So, Tyler, how's the Olympia been so far?
It's been crazy. If you can see all these people, this is reflective of what the Mr. Olympia is, and you'll never get anything like it. It's bigger than bodybuilding as far as I'm concerned. It's bigger than all of us, and I think that's one thing that I love so much is being around people who are doing things that I've never done and being around the guys that I want to emulate. And you know, it's the peak, it's the summit. That's why we're in Vegas, right? So it's larger than life. That's how I see it.
So my dad interviewed you 2 years ago here. Lots have changed.
Yeah, funny enough, I was just talking about, so 2 years ago when you interviewed me, I weighed 195 for the weigh-ins, and today I weighed in 209, so I'm bringing a lot more size this year. That's one of the reasons I took the year off. I didn't compete in 2023 because I got my butt handed to me a couple years ago here by a lot bigger guys, and standing next to these guys, it was very humbling in the best way possible, very motivating, and being around guys that are just bigger than me, I'm like, I have a lot more work to do. So that's what I did. I got back to the drawing board, and for a whole year I took off and came back this year and competed, and I got 2 wins under my belt this year with a 3rd place to cap it off, and 3 shows straight. I've never done that before. I've only ever done like one and done sort of thing, and then I compete every 6 months. And so this year was about challenging myself, trying new things, and you know, I've been on the road for the past like 10 weeks or something. Like, I've been traveling a lot and really busy, so it hasn't been the most ideal circumstances, but you know, the job has to get done, the show must go on, so we still got the work done, and here we are ready to battle.
So tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm 30 years old. I've been competing since I was 19. I started men's physique in 2013. That was my first show. I did men's physique for 3 years, and then I switched to classic in 2016. I did a few more shows in classic. I turned pro at the 2019 Canadian Nationals. I won the overall. Then I did my first pro show, the Hurricane Pro, in 2021. Actually, funny enough, I got my pro card the very same day, October 19th, as I did my very first show ever, 6 years to the day. Did my pro debut October 2021. I got 4th. I felt so validated there, like I belong here. I didn't get a 2nd or 3rd call out. I was right up in there with the guys. 4th place at the Olympia, won my show, so just being next to him, being compared was so validating and motivating. And then following that show, I took a few months off and did the Toronto Pro in June 2022. I got my first pro win and my 2nd pro show and qualified for the 2022 Olympia, and then I did not place there, and like I said, I took all of 2023 off to come back better, and here we are.
Yeah, now that's crazy, and that's just taking all that year off just to bring your best.
Yeah, so you know, I just had a lot of size I had to put on, mainly my legs, my lats, and I just had a silhouette that I had to build and a shape that I had to build, and putting size on takes a lot of time. And you know, I still see gaps in my game currently. I'm still looking at my physique, and I still see a lot of things I want to work on. I'm going into the show to do my best and gauge where I stand next to these guys and how I stack up with the best in the world. And you know, from here, I'm going back to the drawing board regardless. I'm still going to bring up the areas that I want to bring up, and bring up my posing and bring up my conditioning, and just pack on more muscle, because at the end of the day, there's guys like Chris Bumstead and Ramon Dino and Wesley Visters, and these are big boys, and they're guys that are at the top of the game for a reason, and so I want to be there, and that's my goal. And so the only way to get there is to do the work. And you know, these guys have been putting in the work for years and years, and you know, I think it's my time. So it's at the point where I just need to make sure that I'm always open-minded to wanting to change and not being set in my ways. And as long as I'm very open-minded to change and calling myself out on the things that I could be doing better, rather than thinking I'm always the best, right? There's a mentality of guys that think like, oh, I'm the greatest, and what I'm doing is working. Sure, what I'm doing right now might be working, but is it the best? So there's always gaps in the game that you can always make better, and so that's all I'm going to do. That's what I did this last year. I got the 2 wins under my belt this year, and I put on 14 pounds since 2 years ago. And you know, I'm as excited as I am to get on stage on Saturday. I'm equally as excited to get back to work.
Well, thank you for that interview.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Once again, I'm Flex Wendel with Shamrock Fitness, signing out.